not as frozen as we believe.
Prior to 1955, Black Americans were the most married group of people in America, more than white people. After 1955, with the onset of feminism, and white feminists came to the Black community and say, "Hey, girl,
Come help us walk the women's lib.
come off the women's lib. We'll give you a job. We'll give you these benefits. Just leave that man alone." Matter of fact, he's oppressing you, just like our white man is oppressing us. But the Black man has never been in any control of any institutions in the United States. We don't control what you eat. We don't control where you vote. We don't control where you go to school, where you live, or any of that. So to try to equate Black men fighting with Black women and Black women fighting with Black men as oppression, at the same instance that white folks, white men have put upon white women, is disingenuous.
Yeah. Welcome to the No Filter Podcast Special Interest. Hey everyone, look who we have in his house. Say what's up, Ari. Let the world know.
What's up, y'all?
Mr. Mookie, Mr. Mookie.
What up?
Okay, so yeah, the special particular interest we're gonna talk about tonight is the deterioration of our community and who and why and what exactly has deteriorated, why we can't seem to fucking function and make this shit happen, and why folks have adopted a particular stance against one another when, as dude said, that was just what 2 generations ago. We was straight, we was gravy, and now for some reason shit is haywire. It's all the way fucked up. Yeah. So clearly he said the 50s, which meant the 60s. We were in the house. You know, the Black family is what was the power base economically and numerically to support the civil rights movement. And once we come out of the civil rights movement and we hit the 70s and hit that rampant poverty stage and the crack cocaine of the 80s and the lawlessness and super predator shit of the 90s, we start getting in around to the time when Uncle Sam called the Black woman to kick those niggas out the house. And, you know, we'll give you a 3-bedroom and put you in this nice community with sisters of your own kind, and y'all can have kids and y'all kids can play at the park. The only stipulation is you can't have a nigga. And that has seemingly been the issue since. Obviously, we you know, this is not gonna stay super deep and somber because, you know, Ari's back, y'all. Just so y'all know. She's back with me and Mookie. You may see her again, but right now she's back with me and Mookie. Either of y'all, feel free to comment on the video, or you know, the remembrance of particular circumstances and incidents that y'all are aware that happened in the 80s and 90s and 70s, like even if you just heard of them, because you know that was one of them things. Like women nowadays, they go out of the way, they threaten you with child support. It's a threat. It's like when they, you know, you get into a fight and somebody say, "I'm gonna call the police on you." That's what women do. That's what the mothers of our children do. They threaten us with child support. Like they hang it over your head and say, "This, and I'll hit you with child support." Like they know they just as bad as Karen calling the police on the motherfucker walking the dog. Oh, I don't think they realize that, but that is just as bad as Karen. So you want somebody all up in your business? You want somebody to take your funds, possibly lock you up if you can't fucking meet the payments, take your license, take your passport, empty your bank accounts. That's what they doing out here. Yeah. And child support is an upcoming topic as well. Yeah, so this is where we're at. All right, what do you think we can do to heal the community at large? Like at a minimum, not even our position in society, but the relationship between us as individuals. Because
Man,
I'm pretty sure you won't do some of the things that's been done to me. Like, when you don't want to hear what somebody got to say because they're about to say something disparaging and crazy. I'm not even gonna go there, Mook. Um, if if you don't want to hear somebody dictate and berate you and tell you how you ain't shit, and you tell them that you, instead of engaging and going back and forth, you peacefully ask them to allow you to not have to hear it. They'll threaten you and, well, you're not talking to your child. End statement. It happens. I know you're not the type of person to do it. That's not what you're going to resort to. You know, don't raise your voice and prove your argument, ladies.
definitely not the type of person to do that. I think what they have going on in the Illinois child support should be done everywhere, as far as calculating both parents' income, which includes the amount of time spent with each one to determine what child support should be, which is more fair instead of just taking the 20% of the non-custodial parents' income.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about the child support thing, right? I'm just saying, like, this is the relationship that we currently have with one another. Like, 40, 50 years ago, black men and black women could talk to one another, and there wasn't the ability for a black woman to threaten a black man with the police and child support and all of these other things weren't even a factor in dealing with men. So the shit didn't go left the way it's going left now. Like, you could be a good dude and attempt to build or at least have a solid relationship and dialogue back and forth with the mother of your children, and she will hit you with calling the police or the authorities on you. Because that, like, despite what motherfuckers believe, child support is a fucking authority. So I'm not talking about the child support aspect of it. I'm talking about, why do black women, that's like saying, if we get into an argument in our house and you threaten to call your big brothers, you threatening me with violence, because what the fuck else are they coming over here for? So when you levy that threat, you're levying someone to be violent against my person. You're literally saying, I'm going to call the police because I know they're going to lock you up. I'm going to call child support because I know they're going to take your money and lock you up. That's what you're saying, even if you're not saying. So what heals that rift? Because, I mean, as a black man, I'm telling you, there's just certain shit I'm not tolerating. I'm at the point where I'm like, just fucking do it. You're going to do whatever the fuck you're going to do. And that's why I'm not, look, I don't even be trying to be nice to motherfuckers, because that's what you get hit. So why be nice? Why play nice when I know that's what you're going to resort to? You're going to do the same. And sadly enough, it's something that I've been through so many times. At this point, when you say it, okay. Like,
I would say, like, starting to realize where the fuck it comes from. So, like the man in the video said, with the women's suffrage movement, you had the white women's influence of trying to, be like them, right? In that time, competition was created because you had more women wanting the jobs that men have, right? Equality and shit like that. That competition created a rift, because at one point there was unity, we worked together, the family was first. No, now it's about the money, who makes more and who can do what. And in that competition, I feel like men have felt emasculated by that. Because at one point, okay, the man's role, protect, provide for the woman. Now you're making your own money. The man is viewed as unnecessary. So I think women have forgotten that the man is most definitely necessary in the home. And he's not our competition. So realizing that and start open communication. Okay, everybody's hurt. Fuck all of that. We need to come back to working together. We're not each other's enemy.
I'm not going to co-sign that last part, because I be feeling like I be getting attacked. I be feeling like motherfuckers is my enemy out here.
It shouldn't be like that.
I mean,
So,
listen, I know I shouldn't feel that way. However, comma, dot, 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 when you attempt to have the dialogue, or even if you attempt to just say, you know what, let's not argue about this. Because I'm coming from a place of understanding. I know why you feel how you feel. It's simply not the case. And then you think you're permitted to browbeat a motherfucker because you want your opinion to be heard. Well, I mean, as I've stated readily on this podcast a million fucking times, I don't give a fuck about other people's opinions. I really don't. Like, if you don't have factual information, like if I'm about to tell you the larger thing and you don't understand the larger pressures on us, and then you want to start talking about some micro level shit when I have macro understanding, I don't want to fucking talk to you no more. I just don't. I'm not saying somebody's beneath me or no shit like that. I'm just saying that I don't understand the I don't have. It's a me thing. I do not have and possess the necessary nuances to have the minutia mean that much to me. I just don't. Like, that's a flaw on my part. I do not possess it. Because I understand we're all going through shit. I'm going through shit too. If we wrote down a list of whose life was fucking harder, that's not a game a motherfucker wants to play with me. So when you start talking to me about what your fucking life is about and the problems you have, I don't give a fuck. You know what the fuck I have to deal with out here? You fucking crazy. Like, that's weird. So when you say like we not enemies, but we know black men, we understand that women are not our enemies, but in the attempt to dialogue and build, how much bullshit are we supposed to take? Or are we like, we've been taking it for quite some fucking time? A bride will make a decision and just bounce up out, take your fucking kid. Bride will make a decision to do whatever the fuck she want to do. She go get a new nigga. It's cool. You don't have no say. She fucking take your kid, go stay somewhere else. You don't have no say. And anything you say in contrary to those things, the first thing out of somebody's mouth is you trying to be controlling. But when you let it happen, you don't care. So if you're going to attack me with either statement, why should I bother with the dialogue? How do we build? I'm asking an honest question. How do we build? How do the community is where the community is, and we can sit and talk about who did what to who, and everybody be on that hurt people shit. That's not entirely true. Hurt people just don't want to deal with your bullshit. I'm not out to. I don't go out of my way to hurt no fucking body. I just like I don't want to hear your bullshit. I don't think I should have to be subjected to your bullshit in the process of attempting to heal, or at least come to a place where we could put a band-aid on this shit, because right now the bullet wound is just running blood and the band-aid is not sticking.
Are you looking for an answer? You're not gonna get one.
I mean, I'm not really looking for an answer as much as it's dialogue. Like, Ari level hit. Yeah, I mean, it's not about screaming and hollering. It's not about attempting to outdo another motherfucker's energy. And maybe somebody will hear her and understand it. Because look, I know it ain't gonna work for me because I know the people who I deal with. I know. Like, it's matter of fact, it's probably gonna make things worse. Just like factual information. But at the end of the day, there's some dude somewhere in this information coming from Ari's mouth on how to deal with it, how to heal, how to build back better, all of that shit, and maybe she'll fucking be the spark that lights the flame for some broad to do the right fucking thing.
Yeah. I think it's also in situations like that, women don't always see what they do wrong. And I say that because I had that fucked up perspective for a while, and Dee knows because I called him many a time, like, what the fuck going on? But I had to see what I was doing wrong. Once I started recognizing my own shit and addressed it and not try to argue about this shit because it wasn't about me. You know what I'm saying? Shit got a lot better. And everybody's situation might not be like that, but empathy and understanding is extremely, extremely important, you know, and not projecting your hurt onto the kid or kids, whatever it is.
I mean, look, I'm even on, even if you don't have kids, like how do black men and black women get along? Period. Like the whole constant competition thing. Like I ain't trying to stop you from doing shit. Like you've been so you tell a black chick, like, look, the United States government has put you in a position to outpace and out earn the men from your community, thereby allowing you the belief system that you are superior and better than the men in your community, that in that you don't need them. But in every other community, that is not the case. It was purposefully done. But when you say that, it just goes over a motherfucker's head. Like this shit was by design. Like this was systematically done a particular way for a particular reason with particular results in mind. This is the culmination of those results. And now we are having a dialogue. And when I tell you this is what was done and this is why it was done, and I have an understanding. So I know why you feel like you're better than me. I know why you feel like you are equal. I understand those things. However, it's not about being equal. It's about being the balance. And if I say something about the balance, everybody's like, oh, look, you post a meme about balance. Everybody love it. When you have a fucking conversation and people don't understand, they want to go back and forth. We're not fucking going back and forth. I don't have time to go back and forth. It's weird. It's fucking weird. I don't want to go back and forth. It's like every conversation, like when you start talking about the kids, every conversation sounds like you're talking about the relationship. Well, I don't give a fuck about our relationship. It's over. Shut up. That's the truth. Like once it's over, it's fucking over. Period. We not even fucking revisiting it. It's weird. And if the moment the dialogue and the conversation lends itself to the same type of conversations and accusations and complaints that came with the relationship, we're not in a relationship no more. I don't owe you that. I don't owe you to listen. Period. Like, and then if there are no kids involved, women out here on this, a motherfucker need to be equally yoked. Fuck you talking about somebody needs to be equally yoked? How somebody gonna be equally yoked when the United States government, the largest power in the world, puts you in a position to outpace the men in your community, and you too fucking ignorant to understand that happened. So you're saying that the man, the regular dude that you live next to, that you go to school with, that you work with, because he doesn't out earn you, he's not an acceptable suitor. Think about the lunacy in that statement. The United States government is your backer, and you think I'm supposed to be equal to you in power, in finance. That's just not the case. It's impossible. It's not a thing. So how do we dialogue? Because like most men know these things inherently, even if we can't properly articulate it. Most men know it. So when you're trying to talk to the woman, like you might stutter over yourself, or you might not be able to properly articulate the argument so she fully gets it. So once you let up, she gets a word in, and then she's about to start talking about being equally yoked and what you don't do. What are you talking about? What I don't do? What do you mean when you say what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How do we move forward? Like from this point, this is the jump off point. Like we've already climbed up the ladder. We're standing at the 10-foot diving board, looking down. It's time to jump in the water. Okay. How do we jump in the water? How do we jump off the diving board? Because you can't go backwards. Ain't no climbing back down that fucking tower. We all know that particularly. you're jumping the fuck off of that platform.
Therapy for everybody.
Luke, you okay? You got the blinks. Like you had a moment.
I'm good. It is what it is. I have no vested interest in trying to fucking teach.
Right, but see, that's where we're at. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, listen, Ari, this is just a fact. This is where we're at. So we're the calm, level-headed ones that know not to argue, that know the information. We are the ones that fully understand the entirety of the situation. The situation you're in, we've watched our moms and our aunts and our sisters, so we fully get it. We have an affinity for women that paramount to any and all things that most motherfuckers will believe. We are not the attack mode people. And we feel like we're just tired of having a conversation. Like, I'm fucking tired of it. like I said, like, I want everything to be okay between motherfuckers. But when you try it in real time, and then you're met with the bullshit, like, how much bullshit am I supposed to be subjected?
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Oh man, like yes.
Because it's the status quo now. It is literally the status quo. I hate to be that guy. It is the status quo. Because you can have a conversation with a motherfucker a million times. If they don't care, they don't care.
A child kicked out of the village will burn the village down to feel its warmth.
Yeah. And I will burn this motherfucker down to the ground. It's just weird.
Look, that's why I keep deferring to Ari and not you, because we're both pessimists at this point.
I ain't got nothing. I think she is. Well, I ain't gonna.
No, Ari's not a pessimist because see, Ari has lived, changed her thought process, and built a thing where she functions properly, level-headed, like makes reasonable decisions, the whole shebang.
Because she wanted to.
Hence the moment, like, so right, so like days ago, we see the post. I'm like, boom, let's do this, y'all. Cool, bet. And we agree to do it. You agree to come back to do this special shit. Me and Mook is like, hell yeah, this is the special interest. So boom, we done looked at the video, the whole shebang. Days ago, right? That's not how it's gonna play in my life, though.
I think at this point, like all you can do is teach the younger generation better. Don't let them get caught up in what the fuck their parents have gone through, because there are like bitter. I mean, yeah, y'all. I didn't mean for it to come out like that, but you gotta teach the kids to do better. Because it takes a lot for somebody to change their mindset when they're selfish and only think about themselves. And just hope that the new kids, don't go through the same shit.
As you know what, and once again, this is me being a fucking pessimist. I know, so I'm gonna ask you, how do men go about instructing the children that they're not permitted to be around, to not fall into the trap of the narcissistic women and selfish women that are raising them? Because if we're not permitted to see them because we won't allow ourselves to be dictated to, how do we impart that knowledge?
I would say, even if you can't talk to your own kids, talk to kids, period. Just spread the message, period. You know what I'm saying?
I think Ari said, really? Make a podcast.
them kids.
FTK.
No, I'm sorry.
Ari-
All right, go ahead. My bad.
Ari said make a podcast. That's what she said.
I get what you're saying. Like, you may not be able to reach
Yours,
but you can reach someone's, and I get that, and I respect that sentiment. However, it still works the same way because at the end of the day, the motherfuckers got to go back to where they came from.
yeah, like the 2 hours that you get with a child does not undo the 22 hours that the narcissistic, selfish, egotistical, controlling, dictating person has that influence. It doesn't undo it.
I don't.
That's about planting the seeds. Planting the seeds.
You get plant all the seeds you want, but if you don't water them and they don't get no sunlight, they don't grow. Okay, I'm not gonna keep being a fucking.
Come on, y'all. I'm like, yeah.
I know, Ari. We know you trying. We know you trying.
Right. Look, that's why you're here. We know. We get it. Okay.
We know you trying.
Look, yeah. I'm sorry.
One for every woman we have ever known. If we know 10 women, and this is a low ball number, one has the same mentality as you do, like real shit.
And we both know you.
So you like
so out of 20 women, there's you.
like the math ain't mathing. So you like, yeah, you changed, and I said, you changed out of necessity or because you wanted to, whichever the case may be. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But not everybody, because you can't, like you said, women don't see the wrong in their actions, like zero, because
and their whole network will support their fucking.
And that's the problem. If 20 women all agree, if 19 women all agree, then you're right. Like, your perception is your fucking reality. If I talk to D and I tell D, hey man, I did X, Y, Z, D, like, why the fuck would you do that? We check each other. We check, like, women don't check each other, and therein lies the issue. Like, women don't check women.
Girl, he should accept you for whatever you want.
For whatever the fuck, like, and that is,
if he want to see the kids, he should damn well do what you say, because them is your baby.
It's like, bitch, it takes two people to make a baby. Unless you marry, bitch, you did not make that baby by your goddamn self. That's fucking weird. There are two motherfucking parents. You are not better than, I ain't even getting there.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. It's okay. Back down. Back down, bro. Because look, we not even going personal. Like, literally, we not going personal. General conversation. Right. Like, so you're here, you're the level-headed one. You're the one who might be able to speak some fucking sense into somebody, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe
I don't think she can.
Maybe they'll be like, no, they'll be like, oh, she's a fucking pick me.
Like, real shit. And it's not even Ari's fault. Like, but even if Ari sat here every day and said the same shit over and over again, a woman will not hear it, because you have to look at yourself. Like, you have to look into the mirror and be like, I may be fucked up. Like,
no. Listen, bro. These hoes is looking in the mirror saying, I'm fucked up and I don't care.
That's even worse.
They're saying that. We
true.
know that.
That is true. Because
I know my way is wrong and I don't care.
How many times have we heard motherfuckers contradict themselves? Like, in
okay. You know what? Anyway, all right. What do you think we should do to heal the rift that has transpired over the
Don't you shut me up.
That was the 60s. So we got the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. The last 50 years have completely undone and turned upside down the entirety of our community, where this is not atypical. Like this is literally the norm in every sense.
You know what? I would say, at what point do you get tired of that shit? You get tired of being miserable. You get tired of fighting. Don't you want some peace at some goddamn point?
No, they want problems always.
No, fuck the problems. Stop being comfortable in your misery. It's better shit to do. It's better ways to feel, right?
Or you got grown ass women in they late 20s and 30s screaming "fuck nigga
40s,
free" and singing
40s,
Cardi B. What are you talking
40s,
about?
in their 40s.
Oh my God. You know,
In their
all I can
fucking
do, all I could do is plant the seed. Okay, if you take what I say, you take it. If you don't, you don't. I ain't got no fucking problem like that. So it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers always out in somebody club. Never mind.
Bruh,
We gotta.
breathe.
You better take me off, man.
Breathe.
I'm finna quit. I'm
about to fucking mute you.
I'm finna go.
Like,
I'm finna go.
You can see it brewing in his face. You can see it like, oh,
I'm trying not to, man. I'm really trying, and I know that's why Dee hurry up and change the fucking.
yes, damn.
I'm finna go.
No, I will fucking mute you on your. You're in control, and I will fucking mute you.
You might as well go ahead and kick me out of this podcast right now because I'm finna go in.
Oh, we are not personalizing
Right,
anything.
I'm sorry.
We are generally speaking. Period. Across the board. This is always the general conversation.
You're right. And my thing, and to
no, you know what? You're done. Dude,
yes,
think about
sorry.
it.
My bad. You're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm gonna shut up.
So once upon a time, clearly, like in the 1950s and the 1960s, as we've clearly seen, like there's no indication that it was in any other way. Like we were the most married, the most that lived together, child rearing, and people could say whatever they want to say. Women worked outside the home because I know for one, it was nothing to see some grandkids with their grandma who was going to go clean the rich white doctor's house, and they would go play with the doctor's toys in the doctor's lobby or whatever, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was a real thing, and then you get the next generation of motherfuckers, and blah 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 blah. The kids who was walking around with grandma going to go clean the house, they became the super predators, and so me personally had kids, and the shit is what it is. Like, then we ended up with the women who benefited from the TANF and Section 8 and HUD homes and all of this, and you think your shit don't stink. Like you pay $100 a month, $400 a month for your little fucking 4-bedroom somewhere, and you think you the king. You think you king shit on Turd Hill, but you have zero idea what the expenditures actually are because everything has been fucking given to you. You think you grinding, but you're not really grinding. You know what I'm saying? Child care is given to you, fucking food stamps, cash assistance, the house, your utilities, you getting fucking prorated utilities and all types of other shit, and being sent to school, all under the guise of you don't need no dude. No other community did that. Like that's just fact. That's a fact of the matter. Like those programs were not targeted to any of the other communities, which is by and large why Black women are the fastest growing in the workforce, the what they call the most enrolled, not even the most educated, because a lot of them start and go to school and don't even finish. They drop the fuck out because they can't take the pressure of having to cut their own teeth with their peer group, because they're in there with their peers. They're in there with other women from other communities who are grinding. But because they've never been taught to hustle and they've never been taught to grind, they've only been taught to scam. And scamming is not a hustle, bitches. I want y'all to know that. Side note. Scamming is scamming. It's not fucking hustling. like if you're a scammer, you're a crook. End statement.
All right. My question to y'all, what is it about y'all that you ended up with whoever you're with?
Ignorance. I'm gonna put it out there. No, I'm not even gonna say stupidity. It's ignorance. It's not knowing. Because when okay, caveat, understand, we've all known one another for the better part of 2 fucking decades. So most of the situations that we have put ourselves in happened 2 decades ago. For the most part. So over a 20-year span, yeah, we've gotten educated and learned a bunch of different shit. And now we have to pay for the repercussions of the past. And I'm cool with that. Like I said, I'm cool. Look, I gotta pay my dues. It is what it is. I made some fucking bad decisions. You gotta pay for them. But I also don't think you should have a couple stacks in the bank and then receive a notice that says your account has been emptied and frozen by the IRS due to child support. I don't think that should happen.
Right, I get that part. But then for y'all specifically, what would help y'all heal? Because you can hear the bitterness and pessimism in your voices. What the fuck would make y'all feel better to let it go and not still have that negative attitude towards women?
I want to be frozen cryogenically and wake up fucking 50 years from now and hope that these bitches ain't the same.
Oh, you need to go backwards, not forward.
I don't want to go backwards. Them niggas was getting hit with dogs and fire hoses, bro.
We just either way. Look, real shit. Either way we go, we're fucked.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it continuously degresses at the rate that it's going now, exponentially, everything will be all fucked up down the line anyway. But I definitely don't want to go back.
I would agree. That's not. I
right.
agree.
Like when you when you be watching the fucking time traveling shows, niggas don't want to go backwards.
Yeah, it's like real shit.
I'm good. Like I like my civil rights. I'm not
going
play with me.
I can't really say going forward is the answer either. Like not
yeah, because that's because we continuously believe that it's going to constantly degress.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying that maybe So I'm just standing on the cliff, looking out into the utter abyss of darkness that is the dating pool and potential suitors and people not making the mistakes of the past become present. And everybody's saying take a step out and step out on faith. Right. And Mookie's face just said it all.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to
that's the truth. Like that's like you're at the edge of the cliff. Like I'm not gonna go backwards. I'm just gonna stand on the edge of the cliff and look out into the abyss. And look. And like birds fly and goats is coming up the side of the mountain and fucking hawks and eagles and it's a beautiful scene, but no one can effectively ask me to step out on faith. Like that's not a real thing. Like if you build a bridge so I can walk across to the other side, if you come with the necessary technology to get me across to the other side, if you gonna climb down and climb back up to this side and tell me that we can rappel down the ropes and you have an elevator on the other side, all of those things are doable. But there is no stepping out on faith. It is not happening.
Oh, that's sad.
I choked on my own spit. That was funny. She sounded so concerned. She was like, that was sad. But that is factual information because
yeah, I mean, like it is what it is at this point. Like we're looking. We know that we understand that there's a drop and there's rocks and there's pain in that abyss. Like it's not a real thing.
Them days of walking out on faith are fucking them days is over.
Yeah, like so.
I done fell way too many times to be motherfucking out there talking about, oh, come on out here on faith.
So what about going outside of your norm? Stop dabbling with the same bitches, you know what I'm saying? And hoping for something different.
But I like to dabble in bitches.
Man, fuck them bitches.
I like to dabble.
Find some women. No, fuck them bitches, find some women.
I'm not gonna sit here in front. Like there are not people in the world who probably fit the bill. The problem is in fitting the bill, as we were discussing, like fuck it. Like it sounds good all the way up until you've proven yourself to not be exactly what you said you are. I'm cool with I am who I say I am. Good and bad. So when someone tells you that they are something in particular, that comes with an expectation, that comes with an understanding. Like we had the dialogue, and you're saying this is who you are. And the moment you prove that is not the case, I have to take you at face value because it's not the case. Like I mean I say it jokingly, but I'm so fucking serious, right? Like Mookie was saying, like this is no bullshit. If I say on Monday we doing something on Saturday, and Saturday comes and you ask me or tell me you have another plan now, or I forgot, or would I be okay with this? Yeah, I'm fine with it, absolutely. But we've effectively changed the nature of our like the dynamic of our relationship has changed. Because the only way I'm giving you the pass is if you're asking me to accompany you to the funeral. If you're telling me somebody died and you need to go to the funeral and do I want to come with you? The answer is no, but that is the only reason you're getting up out of this plan. And if our plans are standing, if they are like every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we do what we do, and you come to me and say your homegirls or your sisters or whoever want to do some shit, cool. You've just illustrated to me that that's who you want to be around, and that's a bet. And I'm not egotistical enough to attempt to control that. So I'm not saying no. I'm saying bet. So now when I find something else to do, don't be fucking mad.
Exactly.
Because I just want to sit at home. I'm grown now. I don't have the desire to go out in the world and do no fuck shit. Like I just look, let me go shoot my fucking guns, fuck with my offspring, and that's it. Like, fuck with my family.
Simple.
Right. I don't want to do shit else. I have zero desire to do. You want to go to the concert? For what? For what? To pay money to hear a nigga sing some songs that I already fucking heard worse than I heard them on the album. What the fuck are you talking about? To be in a place with a bunch of ratchet bitches who's going to fucking either try to holler or get in your face or worry about what the fuck you got on, and a bunch of nutting ass niggas who's going to attempt to holler at you, and you gonna put me in a situation where I got to put somebody in a fucking hospital or go to jail. Is this what you want to do? This is what you're choosing to do. That's what
Why does it have to be that extreme? Like, damn.
Because
It don't have to be like that.
that is literally what happens.
Oh my! Like I said,
verbatim.
That's.
I mean, if you want to go to the spot with the tables and the candles and hear somebody do some local shit, or one of the fucking artists is coming to do an after joint, we could sit there and we could do that. But you can't ask me to go to the concert.
You think
the after thing I'm cool with. Not the concert. Like, no. I don't want to go to
motherfuckers fight at
there's 10,000 motherfuckers in here.
Real shit. Like, there is bound to be a fucking altercation of some sort.
Like how do we get through the concert? Like you looking good, you got your shit on, you doing your thing. If the nigga who trying to get past brush up against you wrong, it got to go one of two ways. Either I allow it to happen and now you don't respect me at all for allowing it to happen, or I got to fuck this nigga up.
Either way.
Statement. Right. In fucking statement. Now us sitting down at the table with the glasses and the candle and the dim lighting and dudes playing and shit and come out and yeah, I'm here for that. No timeout. I'm here for that. We can build on that. That's dope. But like,
what instrument was that?
I don't know. I don't know if it was an instrument or his voice, but that's where I'm at with it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like that's cool. But no, you want to go see the concert, the rapper? You bullshitting.
And that's how the excitement of it. It's like, yo,
no, I don't want to go see the rapper. I want to go see the R&B joint, and I want to go see the R&B joint. Like, now you can convince me to go to like a Jill Scott, Sade, fucking like one of them type of concerts, like, right? Where they ain't finna be out there wilding out. Motherfuckers is going to be on their best behavior because the vibe is on point. Yeah, like Cardi
B. Meg
Right,
the
like-
Stallion? Nah, you fucking outside your
Right.
ass, man.
That's weird. That's weird as hell. Like even if only 50% of the people are ratchets, that's too many motherfucking ratchets in one area.
Cause I punch a bitch. I'm sorry.
Really?
I shouldn't have said. I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry.
I wasn't going that far. I'm just saying, like, how do you know if that's the mentality? How do you combat that? Like, you know, like we grown now. I don't want to go do everything in the world. I want to be where you at, and I want you to be where I'm at. But you telling me you want to be somewhere else? Cool, go be where you want to be.
Just realize that the
That's
relationship
right.
dynamic has totally shifted.
Exactly. You have illustrated to me you want to do something else, and I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly cool with that. Like, I mean, you want to drink? I got a full bar. We ain't got to drive nowhere. We ain't got to risk nothing. We chilling. We good. You wanna go to the park, hang out? Cool. I'm here for that. You tell me you want to go do something with some other motherfuckers? Go do it. Cool. That's a bet. And like I said, for me, I've had the dialogue a million times, and it's not an attempt to control anything. It is to choose one thing, something else suffers. That's a fact. So if you're choosing one thing over another, something has to suffer, and you think it should be me when that's how you put it.
And there
I
lies
don't-
the problem.
Right? I don't think that's okay.
There
You
lies
know,
the problem.
like you, and then you know. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get to the particulars of other shit, but the whole the dictating and attempting to tell me some shit about me. You sound fucking stupid. You're not gonna tell me about me. And if I say something and your ability to comprehend the magnitude of what I said leads you to believe that you can regurgitate some words to prove your point, and you don't have a full understanding of the meaning of the words, that's not my fault. Like, your understanding and comprehension is not on me at all. Like, if I say something, I mean that, and then you want to apply it to something different, we're not doing that either. Like,
I'm sorry. That was my bad.
but you know, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
When you said it
We
out
not,
loud.
right.
Yeah.
We not doing that. We are not doing that. Well, you said this. Yeah, but number one, that was about something completely different, and now you want to apply it to this situation. Like, you know what? I have zero vested interest in speaking with you.
Ain't nothing like a smart, dumb motherfucker. Or a dumb, smart motherfucker. Either or. Yeah.
Vice versa. If heaven was hell and vice versa, yeah.
Oh my god, that shit's wild.
Yeah, y'all just need to choose better. That's what that is.
I mean,
I don't think it's
like you say that, but and I get that, right? Because I used to say that about myself too. But then in the choosing process, right? Not to whore myself out in this moment, I've had a pretty wide variety of the selection has been pretty impressive, right? So at the end of the day, it's getting down to the point where it's like, man, this root beer tastes just like Coke. This Pepsi tastes just like Coke. This Mountain Dew tastes just like Coke. This cream soda tastes just like Coke. This Mellow Yellow tastes just like Coke. Ooh.
Eventually, everybody turns out to be Coke.
Which I said, step outside of your norm.
I wasn't saying that. Listen, I just said I stepped out of the norm. Like, if my norm was cream soda, and then the cream soda started to taste like Coke, and I know how much I hate Coke, I tried root beer, and the root beer started tasting like Coke, and then the Mountain Dew started tasting like Coke, and then the Mellow Yellow started tasting like Coke. It was like, geez,
Dr. Pepper.
Dr.
Pepper started to taste like
Coke. like I'm like, Jesus, like, is everything owned by this one company? What the fuck? Like, why does everything have to take on the same characteristics as Coke? Like,
Yeah.
I thought I was doing something big over here. Nope, you ain't doing
So,
shit. You know what? I'm about to start drinking water, H2O.
Water gonna taste
yeah,
like
it's
Coke.
healthier.
And
Nope.
then
Water is water.
water's gonna
Water's
taste
gonna
like
taste like Coke. Water's gonna
You know
taste
what?
like Coke.
What was it? Steve Harvey was always telling women
Oh
to
my God. Don't please don't.
no. Listen. Was like a 90-day thing or some shit like that. And then a person can only hide who they are for 90 days. They can't hold it for that long. So why not wait?
That's cap.
You know,
That's bullshit. That's complete and utter bullshit.
how's
Listen,
it bullshit?
listen. That is complete and utter bullshit. There are motherfuckers out here who will look you in your face every single day for years and tell you that they are one particular thing or another. And then as the years go by and you start to overlook the little things, and then you look back and you realize how all of those little things connect to one another, you realize that they were lying the whole time. And then you start to see the big things that you were asking for is what they were giving you, but they really are a culmination of the smaller fucking problems and that they refuse to let go. They need those problems. Those problems define them. It's who they are as people. Like the toxic chick who thinks that if you don't argue with her, you don't care. When y'all first start the relationship, that's not the issue because y'all still in the honeymoon phase. And if the honeymoon phase lasts for 2 years, y'all could be 2 years in euphoria.
And then it's too late.
But right. And that on year 3, when there's a problem and she's unhappy and then you don't want to argue, she's ready to fucking burn the shit down. Like, babe, we don't argue. Well, you don't argue because you don't care.
That's
No,
the dumb. My bad.
I just don't argue. Like, I don't want to argue. What do you mean? I don't care. Like, I don't want to argue. Like, it's cool when in the beginning because it's like, oh, he's so nonchalant. He lets me do whatever I want to do. He's supportive. Yeah, I'm 100% supportive. And then the moment 2 years go by, you show me you fucking did some asshole fuck shit. Cool, bet. I'm not arguing with you about it. I'm gonna bring it to your attention that you did it, and I'm gonna move the fuck on. I'm not. Yeah.
Therapy.
I mean, look. You're probably correct, right? I'm a proponent of it, and I tell people all the time that they probably need to get themselves in therapy. But everybody ain't afforded the opportunity to go to therapy. So even if you got somebody that will hold you accountable and they're wiser than you or more experienced than you and can help you process the information and understand the processes that you've gone through, I think that's helpful as well. I'm not going to necessarily say everybody need to go lay down on the couch and get shrunk and get no pills, but definitely there is something to be said about talking to some outside person with some better understanding. The problem is most people tend to congregate with like-minded people, so they don't know. Right, they don't know anyone who can give them an honest assessment. Like I can tell you. So listen. So there's a part in one of the podcasts, right, in the past, long ago, where somebody makes the statement, I call another guy when my guy tells me to do something to get his opinion. And my response to that was, so you're saying you have to confirm with a guy that your dude that you say you want to be with is giving you information. How does that work? It just does, because this is what I want. Okay. So your guy telling you what to do is not enough. Well, I'm not saying that. No. That's exactly what you said. What do you mean? Like you exactly said those words. Like your guy says, do this for me, please. You think it's stupid. You call a guy you know. He says, yes, do it. Then you do it. Why? Why should your guy fuck with you if this is what is required? Even in the conversation, even in the dialogue, if you have to go back and say, well, yeah, I asked my friend and he said, excuse me, bitch? Why don't you go fuck that? Because I don't want to hear nothing you got to say no more. Zero. Like, I don't care. I can't believe you said that. I've been telling you this forever. You call some other motherfucker to verify or confirm what I'm saying. So what he said is more important, and we talking about us?
And the dynamic has changed.
About to be by your motherfucking self. That's why. Because people can hide who they are for. I mean, you say people can't hide who they are for more than 90 days, but serial killers out here killing motherfuckers and burying them under houses for 20 years.
That's a whole different.
Never knew who they were. They were so sweet. I used to wave at him every Saturday when he was cutting his grass. He was cutting his grass so he can bury new bodies in that motherfucker. What are you talking about?
That's different.
How was it different?
So that's a psychopath, sociopath.
Most women are those things. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry.
Hurt people.
It slipped. It slipped out. I'm sorry. Continue. I'm putting my
Put your hand up your mouth.
I'm done.
Put your hand up your mouth.
I'm done.
Hurt people, bro. Oh, Lord.
Well, I would say, like, women are told to not settle. Men shouldn't settle either. There you go. Good job.
Listen, the problem is men aren't. I'm not gonna say like. So we've had this conversation. Like you were on that part. Like settling is an interesting concept, right? Mm-hmm. No, everyone should settle. Number one, everybody should settle the fuck down. That's number one. But number two, people look at settling like it's like it has a negative connotation, when in reality it doesn't. You should probably seek out realistic goals, because everyone's goals seem to be so fucking lofty. When you're told not to settle, you're passing up like the dopest potential mates in the planet. It's like the woman who makes $100,000 a year is saying I shouldn't settle for the guy that makes 65. Bitch, you're not settling. He makes y'all together make 165,000 a year. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not a settle. That's a win. That's a dub. Like, what are you talking about? That goes in the win column. But she's not gonna quote unquote settle. How does that work?
So when I say don't settle, I'm looking at something different.
Well, see, but the mentality is so surrounded by that idea that of not settling. Like, so okay, so you got a guy and he's saying, look, I'm comfortable where I'm at, and what I make is enough for both of us to live on. You go work, we build, we take trips twice a year. But you got a homegirl, and she do the extra. She extra with the extras, and she's going on a trip every month. So your homegirl going on a trip every month has more influence, and now you want to go on girls trip. Well, I don't want to be with you no more, because me and you plan to go on a trip twice a year, and now you telling me you want to go on a trip every month because your homegirl did that. Well, you ain't the one. So what do you mean when you say not settling? Because the problem isn't the problem is, like, women are engineered and geared to be in constant competition with one another when that's who they fuck with. They give a fuck more about other women than the men that they're with, because they don't respect the men that they're with, because men have been stripped of all of their power and dignity. And I'm not talking about being emasculated, because I'm still a firm believer you can't emasculate me because you can't beat me. So, like, I'm not really worried about that part, and I'm not finna argue with a motherfucker about that. Like, I'm just like, no, you're not you think that's the word you should use, but it's not. You're definitely not finna emasculate me. You're not gonna make me feel like less of a man. You're just gonna make me feel like I don't want to be bothered with your stupid ass. Like, that's what I feel like. I don't feel like I'm being emasculated ever. Because I understand what masculine energy actually is. But if you come to me and you have nothing but fucking masculine energy, okay, well, you a man. And so you behave like a man, you think like a man, you move like a man, you want to compete like a man, but I know I can beat the fuck out you. I don't want to be around you. Because I don't want that to be where it has to go. Because if you communicate like men communicate, but you're a woman, where do you think it's gonna go? If you think you get loud and get in a motherfucker's face, like men understand that. Like, because when we was outside playing and shit, too, it's not even a man thing. This is an environment thing. When you was outside, there was some people you could say some off the wall shit to, and there were some people you could not. You learned that because of where you were from. But you were from an environment that was about hostility and aggression and bred that type of shit. Everybody's not that. Everybody is not from the environments we're from. And then when you say that, they're like, well, you was just because you was raised on survival and not love. So now you're talking about my mom, bitch, get out of my house. That's really where the conversation is about to go. Like literally. Like because you're literally attempting to insult my upbringing. My mom did what the fuck she had to do. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, you sound crazy. I'm talking about the environment that were created. Once again, big picture, macro level shit. And you gonna micro level it down to my family unit. What the fuck are you talking about? You're stupid and I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm not talking about my mom making me have to survive. I'm talking about we grew up fucking in environments where survival was paramount. So not to speak crazy. Like if there's a bitch on your block when you was growing up that beat up 20 bitches and 4 of the niggas on the block, you did not go bumping your gums to her and didn't think you was gonna get your ass whooped. That's not real. You gave her a wide berth. So you understand, like, no, there's some shit, like, no, that type of energy breeds that type of energy. But these broads out here, they like, no, I think I can say whatever the fuck I want to say to whoever the fuck I want to say it to, even the nigga that I'm with. No. You come to me with masculine energy, bitch, I'm gonna match you with masculine energy. And I don't want to do that. So I don't want to be bothered. The moment you illustrate you have nothing but masculine energy, I don't want to be bothered with you. And that's something you don't know until you're in the situation. And it's not about them hiding, because she could talk all dainty and appear to be submissive, but she ain't submitting to shit. She ain't submitting to nothing. She argue you the fuck down. She'll argue with you about being submissive. Think about the logic of that. Yes, sir, I am submissive. I can submit to a man if he's worthy of me submitting, because I know when I recognize him.
I said I wasn't gonna say nothing else, but that shit triggered me.
Okay. I apologize for my outburst. We're not going there. We're not going down that road. But think about the logic of the comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're arguing that you can be submissive while being combative in the problem. That don't, bruh, breathe. You know what? Take the headphones off, walk around the room. Because you just doing too fucking much right now.
Oh, that shit triggers me so much. Oh, like, because it literally is the lunacy of the contradiction. Like, it makes no fucking sense to me. How can you be submissive
in the argument?
Like, it makes no sense. But when you point that out, that ain't
what the fuck we were talking about.
Oh my god, it's so mind-boggling. It's fucking, it blows me every time.
Listen, ladies in the world, no, none of us have time for your masculine energy. Now, if you want to put the gloves on and you want to see, we could do that. But if that ain't the culmination of the masculine energy you're presenting, just shut the fuck up.
Please.
Oh, wow.
Please.
I'm dead ass.
Please.
Yeah. Like,
for everybody.
Don't come to me with the masculine energy. Be like, and I'm not saying you got the cowtail. Like if you got some shit on your chest that you need to get off, feel free to express yourself. I'm not trying to stop you from expressing yourself, but if you want to argue and be like combative, we can do combat, and I'm proficient.
Very much.
Ari, is glad to see you.
Glad you're back.
Oh, by the way, I don't know. I don't even know if listeners realize, like, clearly, look, we still maintain a relationship. She was not kicked off of anything. She was not. She got a life, motherfuckers.
She is a founding member, and she is always welcome here. Anytime.
Who the fuck said I got kicked off though?
We just make this assumptions.
Yeah.
We're just saying that anybody who had any questions, because listen, we've never addressed it on the pod at all. One time you were on, and then you haven't been back. We've never said a word on the actual podcast. So, hey, everyone, look who it is.
Right, and I could come back anytime I want. Appreciate that.
Yeah, this is not even a question. You're an OG member. That's weird.
If y'all really want to understand just how OG Ari is and integral in the podcast, she has the passwords to the podcast.
Yeah,
to the emails, to the logins.
This is the Trinity right. This is Trinity right here. Like everybody else is just an add-on. Shit. Don't get it fucking twisted.
But the pod is this special interest is over. Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, social media. All the above there, do your things, whatever.
Hit them bells, follow, and all that other good shit. We're gone. That's it. We're out.